Hello and welcome back to the Backstage Live, the online show dedicated completely to the Malaysian arts. I am your host Nick Dorian, and on today's show we'll be talking about a production called Bane. Now this play is being brought down by Whitebone Productions. They hail all the way from the UK, and it basically follows one man, Bruce Bane, and his adventures in this noir type play. Now it has travelled internationally and it's finally landed in our shores, and it is a one-man show. But more impressive, this one-man show is being done by Joe Bone, and he has actually set himself the Guinness World Record by the most characters played by one man in a performance. Now if that isn't something to tickle your interest about this show, why don't you check out the interview that we got with him and his guitarist Ben Roe, who provides the musical accompaniment to the show. So why don't you check it out?
It is about a hitman who, well, Bane 1 is about a hitman who suddenly finds himself the target and has to try and find out who's trying to kill him before it's too late. The show is performed, I play all the characters and do all the mime, and Ben soundtracks it all live on guitar, and I play loads of characters. So the main character's like this, and I play his boss who kind of talks a little bit like this, and maybe I'll play like a professor who's trying to find out where stuff is from, and he kind of talks a little bit like this, and so on and so forth. And yeah, and so I mime everything. There's no props or no set, and it's a silly, fun romp. It's Die Hard meets Naked Gun on stage, although certainly that's how we bill it. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I was just watching loads of films, as you do as an undergraduate student, and I just started to talk like the characters in the movie. So I was watching a lot of noir movies at the time. I was doing a paper on film noir, and you know, they had that kind of low American drawl, and I thought it'd be interesting to just try and sort of talk like them, and also kind of poke a little bit fun at the genre conventions of noir. And I also used to watch loads of like 80s action movies and a bunch of stuff. So I kind of fused together this idea of thinking, oh, we could have a character who's kind of loosely a hitman, and I could throw in loads of quotes and loads of homages to my favourite movies. I wonder if you can do that on stage, and I got it together and did like 10 minutes, and then I was doing kind of like half-hour spots at places, and it just snowballed from there. And then I got the music involved.
So yeah, and then he got the music involved, and then we turned it into sort of an hour-long show, and started sort of touring that around. We went to like Edinburgh Festival, which went really well, and so that gave us the kind of the impetus to try and write a couple more of them. So we've got a trilogy of them now, and yeah, I guess I'm a musician. I try and soundtrack and sort of score the show.
Throws in loads of ideas as well,
Sure.
to the whole show, and dramaturges it, reins me in, pushes me further forward, everything. It's geared towards sort of entertaining the audience, really. And dark humour as well. There are some very dark moments in the show. So if you like humour that's perhaps a little dark, I always feel as though I should warn people that it's a little bit dark, but I guess if you're a real fan of dark humour, you'll be like, that's not dark at all. So yeah, that's what you can expect. Visiting the places that you get to visit is just
pretty much the best part of the job, is being able to just see these wonderful places and meet all the locals and hang out with them. And yeah, I guess it just informs probably work that you'll do in the future, you know, because you've been lucky enough to see so much of the world. Well, not so much, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
and
great
often we'll be in a festival as well, so there'll be loads of other shows that you can go and see, and so you draw inspiration from the other performances. So it's difficult to pick out one specific thing that's been the most memorable. I guess the most memorable was the first time we performed the show, because you're thinking before the curtains open, are we insane? Are people going to go like, you know, clap at the end in that kind of way? So the end of that first performance, when the response from the audience was positive, I'll take that over everything else. It's fun, it's silly. If you like that kind of thing, I think you'll get on well with the show. And if you like live music as well, if you like movies, specifically, or actually non-specifically, actually, if you just like watching movies, sitting at home, flicking through movies, then yeah, I think you might get something from the show. And it's just so great to be here now in KL, having an amazing time. The food is pretty incredible. So I think that I'll go back home in a couple of weeks, twice the size. But yeah, just come and see the show, have a good time, and yeah, relax.
And that is Bane. Now, for those who are interested in catching this show, which I definitely highly recommend that you check out, look across your screen right now. All the details are there. The dates, the times, the price, where you can get the tickets, the website, everything you need to know. It's right there on your screen at the moment, so check it out. And also, don't forget, if you want to see what other plays are happening at the moment or what's happening in the art scene, look across your screen. These are the websites that you should check out. Kaki Seni, We Are Malaysian Made, and Stage KL. Now, they provide the most information that you will need about the arts and everything to do with the arts, so check those websites out. And last but not least, don't forget, if you want to email us, if you want us to come interview you, or if you got any inquiries, email us. The email is across your screen right now, thebackstagelife@gmail.com. So for another episode, I am Nick Dorian. I have been your host, and thank you so much again for watching The Backstage Life, and I'll see you again in the next episode.